crafty cuties, and welcome back to another DIY embellishment video. I am excited to make these adorable fringed butterflies with you guys, but before we hop right in, I want you to know that these were 100% inspired by the Maggie Holmes Chasing Dreams collection. And I don't have that collection, however, I have ordered a few things, so I don't want you to think that this is, you know, supposed to be in place of ordering her collection. She has a wonderful collection. I wasn't able to get my hands on the butterflies, so I thought I would make them myself, and I thought you guys would enjoy it too. All you need for this is some paper, scissors, and glue. You can add anything else in that you want to decorate these. And I'm going to show you how I get my different shapes. I will also have a link below where I created a PDF of the shapes I'm using if you want it to be quick and easy. However, let me warn you, I'm not a perfectionist. These are probably not symmetrical at all. This is just going to be sharing the shape with you that I created to make it easier for you. And so to start off, you are obviously going to need butterfly shapes. And for each butterfly that I create, I like to use 3 butterfly shapes. Okay, so how I figured out my butterfly shape was I started out by taking a circle, and I don't know what size this is because I just traced like a tape, yeah, like a little tape thing. Okay, so what you're going to do is get your circle shape for whatever size you want. This is probably about 3 inches. And you're going to fold it in half. This is just going to create our little template for a butterfly. And then you want to fold it in half the opposite way. Okay, so you can see you have that cross right there. And what you're going to do is at the top, you can use a pencil if you want, which I'll do. At the very top, we're basically going to be cutting out a triangle. Okay, and you will probably want to mess with this a little bit depending on what shape of butterfly you want. And see, mine wasn't even straight there at all. So I am going to make a straighter cut when I cut. So now I'm going to cut that out. And if you want it to be pretty symmetrical, just cut half, and then you can fold that over on that fold line, and then you can cut that other part off so that you can match it up along the lines, if that makes sense. Okay, so now for the bottom, we're also going to cut a triangle. And I like to make that bottom triangle a little bit bigger. So I'm actually going to use this piece that I cut off as a guide here. And you could use a ruler if you wanted also, but I'm just going to do that first cut there. And then again, I'm going to fold that over so that it can be symmetrical. It's actually really easy to get this butterfly shape, so I hope that this little idea helps you guys out. Now all we need to do is cut out 2 triangles on the sides, and again I'm going to use my fold marks as a little guideline, and I'm just going to cut a little triangle here. I like this one to be a little bit longer, and I'll fold that over again. So you're just literally repeating the same thing on all 4 sides, doing different shaped triangles. And then we're going to go ahead and do this on the other side. Now I like to use this triangle as a guide. I do like these 2 sides to be the same. So I just have my little piece here that I have cut out. Kind of line that up there. And then we can cut again. And then you can use this as your template. And I recommend cutting out, you know, a handful of butterflies before you get started so that you can just create them together all at once. Okay, and now all we need to do is round the corners, and I'm just going to use my scissors, or that's what I did. And then you can kind of mess with the shape. Like if you think you want the top to be a little bit bigger, you can mess around with that. And it might not look so much like a butterfly right now, but once you add everything in, it definitely will. And that's just a quick and easy way for you to come up with a butterfly shape if you don't have like a die. Now, of course, if you have a die or something, I recommend using that. Okay, there we go. So there is your little template, and then you can go ahead and cut out several butterfly shapes. Excuse me, guys, still sick. So along with the butterfly, geez, I wish I could talk. You are going to need the little middle part, and I honestly just cut out like this little snake looking design here. I don't really have any tips for that. And then for this part right here, I just cut out a triangle, and then I cut out a middle triangle to come up with this little piece for the antennas. Now that you have all of your shapes, we are going to layer and fringe. So I'm going to start with these 3 pieces right here. And basically, I like to start out with the first layering piece. I just like to cut off a little piece of the bottoms here. You can kind of put that on and see where that's going to lay. And then I'm going to take my top piece and I'm going to cut it about halfway down where those side triangles go. Okay, so I like how that looks, and now all we need to do is fringe the bottoms. If you have the fringing scissors, definitely recommend using that because that makes this a lot easier. I'm just gonna do this pretty quick here. I like to keep my projects as simple as possible, guys. You probably know that, but especially right now, I am trying to get better, guys. I keep thinking I'm feeling better, and literally I've laid down half the day because I ended up feeling really nauseous. So that's my day. Okay, so now that we have these pieces fringed, we can go ahead and layer them and glue them on top of one another. And you can keep the pieces that you cut off because we can use those for a different butterfly. I love making these videos where I'm inspired by a collection, and I actually have about 2 or 3 more DIY embellishments that I want to create that were inspired by this collection. So be sure to stick around if you are loving this collection or if you want to know how to make some more DIY embellishments, because I'm excited for those. Now, I got a little carried away when I was cutting my shapes out, and I can tell that they're not lined up super perfect. You can see around the edges, and that's not a big deal. I can go ahead and just trim around that. You can just avoid that by being a little bit more careful when you cut your little shapes out. Now we're gonna go ahead and glue on our little middle here. And by the way, I will have, when I, if you want to use the PDF, I will also have the middle part and the little antennas for you. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys. And then we're just going to add a little dot of glue for the antennas. And you can add little pearls on the ends of these antennas, or you could cut out the little circles with paper. There's really a ton of different ways you could do it. You could use some wire if you have that for the antennas. You could use pipe cleaners. There's a ton of different things you can use. So just kind of go through your stash. I really just wanted to stick to paper for this one. You can see on these ones I did add the little pearls to the ends of the antennas, and I really, really like that. But there you go, guys. And as you can see on this one, I actually stitched the very top. Now, I haven't seen these butterflies in person. I've only seen them online. It looked like hers maybe had a little bit of stitching. I thought it was like down at the bottom. I can't remember. But I couldn't tell for sure. And so I just added that because I thought that was a nice little touch. And I think that these would be really super cute. So you can do stitching if you want. That's just really quick. I did that by hand. And there you go, guys. I'm going to continue making some of these for my projects, probably for some scrapbook layouts and things. So I hope that you guys liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will be seeing you in the next video. Bye, guys.